tell me when it's on.
It's on.
All right. The first thing you do, you want to make sure you put on your seatbelt. All right. Good afternoon, Inspector. Good morning, Inspector. Whatever time.
Yeah.
Let them do that. Then you put your seatbelt. All right. The inspector might ask you several things. They might ask you to do an in-cab inspection, which also means air brake inspection. They might ask you air brake inspection, which also means in-cab.
Okay.
Remember, you cannot do one without the other.
Okay.
No brake test without the in-cab, no in-cab without the air brake.
Gotcha.
All right, so they say, all right, do the in-cab, no problem. First thing I'm gonna do is a safe start, Inspector. I'm gonna check tractor parking brake is on, the trailer parking brake is on, my vehicle's in neutral. My clutch is in, and my foot is covering the brake, not pressing it, covering it. Inspector, I'm gonna put the vehicle in the electrical position. I'm gonna be checking for any ABS lights, any check engine lights, and any type of warning lights.
Gotcha.
And at the same time, I'm gonna monitor my air pressure to see if it's decent. All right, Inspector, I do see a check engine light flashing. I will report this to maintenance. All right, my air pressure is about 118. I'm gonna start it up just to build up to about 120. So wait. You do not accelerate more than
15 RPM, yes.
Now, if you're in the vehicle, let's just say, this one or another one, and that air pressure takes a while to move, this is what you do. Little secret. You put your foot on the brake, hold it for a minute, then let go, then hit the gas. That'll release. That helps build up the air pressure. The inspector ain't got all day for the air pressure to build up. Building up slow. And make sure you have your license and your permit.
Yeah.
All right, Inspector, I'm at about 120 PSI. I'm gonna now begin my air brake inspection. Turn the engine off, put the key back in the electrical position. You hold the brake firmly, don't stomp it. You release your tractor brake, and you release your trailer brake. When you tell the inspector what you're doing, Inspector, I'm checking for air leaks. All right, let them know where the needle landed at. I landed about 100 PSI. I'm gonna hold the brakes for 1 minute. Within a minute, I should not lose more than 4 PSI within a minute, all right? So within a minute, wherever that needle stops at, you cannot lose more than 4 PSI from that point within a minute. And remember, you're checking for air leaks. You make sure that key's in electrical, and you make sure these two are released. They fail students for not doing that.
Okay.
And you count to 60 in your head. You gotta give them a full minute.
You're up by 20 right now. 30.
All right, close enough. Inspector, I have no air leaks. I did not lose more than 4 PSI after my initial air loss. When my needle landed at it, it actually stayed there. All right? No air leaks because I did not lose more than 4 PSI in a minute.
Gotcha.
All right, my second brake test is called my low air pressure warning signals test. Low air pressure warning signals should come on between 60 to 90, all right?
60 to
But
90.
usually around 60, you'll hear a buzzer, see a light, one or the other. And you know what? They said that an inspection actually failed someone the other day because they didn't say 60 to 90.
Okay.
We have always said 60 PSI, but I guess they want the whole thing.
60 to 90. And at this point, you're still holding the brakes.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
You don't want the buzzers
The
to
true
track
road
the
dog, yeah.
All right, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to pump my brakes until I get my low air pressure warning signal. Again, between 90 to 60 PSI. Right there. inspecting my low air pressure warning signals are working. And as you can see, they came on at around 60 PSI. I got my light, I got my buzzer. All right, my next test is my spring brake test. To test my spring brakes, I'm gonna pump the brakes until my tractor and trailer brakes both pop up. This should happen generally between 40 to 20 PSI, somewhere within that range. So you keep your eyes on those two brakes and pump until they both pop up.
Yeah.
Inspecting my spring brakes are working. Now you can take your foot off the brake. All right, because now your brakes are on. All right, inspector, I'm gonna now start up the engine to build up the air pressure. While the air pressure is building up, I'm gonna do an in-cab inspection. All right, again, tractor parking brake is on, trailer parking brake is on, tractor's in neutral. Clutch is down, foot is covering the brake, start the engine. All right, now when you do this inside inspection, there's really no right way or wrong way to do it. You just cannot jump around too much. When you jump around too much, you're gonna lose yourself. All right, so what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna start with, since I'm sitting here, I'm gonna start with my seatbelt. My seatbelt moves freely, latches securely. Seatbelt is now worn, cut, or frayed. Properly mounted, no missing hardware. My seat is bolted, my seat is mounted to the frame is bolted to the floor. My floor area is clear. There's nothing obstructing my pedals. And also I've got proper rubber on all of my pedals. The rubber's not missing or worn. And I don't see any shiny metal showing through the rubber. All right, in other words, it's not so
worn out. Yeah.
You see the metal underneath.
Yeah.
All right, good. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna tell you about my steering wheel play. Steering wheel play, less than 10 degrees of play on a 20-inch wheel. So don't forget, less than 10 degrees of play on a 20-inch
Can I say less than 2 inches of play on a 20 wheel?
You can say that 2 inches or 10 degrees is the same thing.
Yeah.
All right, so now I'm gonna check my turn signal indicators. My left turn signal indicator is working. My right turn signal indicator is working. My hazard light indicators are working. High beam indicator is working. All right. I'm gonna check my wipers and my washers. My left and right windshield wipers are working. They're making contact with the windshield. The rubber blade is not worn, cut, frayed, or missing. Now I'm gonna tell you about my windshield. My windshield is clean, no cracks, no illegal stickers, properly mounted, properly sealed. I'm gonna check the washers now. My washers are working. All right? Also, inspector, there's nothing on the dashboard to obstruct my view. All right, so don't forget about the windshield. Clean, no cracks, no missing or illegal stickers.
Yeah.
And properly mounted, properly sealed. All right, sun visor, mounted properly and works properly. All right, now I'm gonna check my horns. City horn working, highway or air horn is working. All right, now I'm gonna check my indicators. I already did that. All right, so what I could do now, I'm gonna tell you about my gauges. All right, this part a lot of students get wrong. First thing you gotta do is check your headlights. You don't know if the headlights are working because you're inside, but when you cut on the headlight switch, your gauges should light up. All right, inspector, as you can see, when I cut on my headlights, my gauges light up. All right, now I'm gonna tell you the names of my gauges, proper names. This is engine temperature, not water. Engine temperature, all right? Normal operating range between 170 to about 210 degrees Fahrenheit, all right? We're at normal operating range. The reason why it's so low is because the vehicle is off. That's why it's cool. So
engine temp is this one on the left.
That's right. No, where it says water.
Oh, where it says water.
Yeah. Engine temperature. Again, normal operating range, if it's been running for a while, is 170 to about 210 degrees Fahrenheit. We're good because we're low. Low is always good. And the reason why we're so low is because, again, we just started up the vehicle. If this vehicle's been running for a while, it's not going to be so low. It might be a little over 170, but whatever, 170 to about 210 degrees Fahrenheit. No warning lights, no buzzers, none of that. DEF, that stands for diesel exhaust fluid. If you have this tractor only, it's got a DEF gauge. All right, you driven this one before?
Not yeah, similar to this one's, yeah,
Right.
over in the Bronx.
Okay, so you did class over there. All
This
right.
Eaton tractor, the brand Eaton.
No, this is a
Easton.
what? A Ferrari?
Yeah, a Ferrari.
No, we got a. No, it's not that. It's another brand. All right, DEF. So again, that's diesel exhaust fluid. Only if you're in this one. The other tractors don't have this. All right, it's a new tractor.
Yeah.
That's why it has a diesel exhaust fluid gauge. All right. Normally you want to keep this above a quarter tank because if it's too low, it'll beep. All right. So we're good, Inspector. We're at a decent level. Now this gauge here says air apps. All right. That gauge tells you how much pressure you're applying to the brake. My air apps gauge is working. And you tell the inspector, this gauge lets me know how much pressure I'm applying to the brake. It should be at 0 if my foot is down on the brake. All right?
Right, so that should go well.
There you go. So inspector, this is my oil pressure, not oil level. Oil pressure. Oil pressure should be between 5 to 20 PSI while we're idling. We're up to about 40, right?
Yeah.
So inspector, we're not at normal operational range. I'm gonna report this to maintenance because it should be between 5 to 20 while idling. There's a big picture in the CDL book. So the inspector cannot dispute you if you tell him that. All right?
It needs to be in what range?
5 to 20
5 to
PSI
20.
while idling. While idling. All right? Idling is
Nice.
when you're not on the gas.
Yeah.
This is not idling. Idling is this when you're not on the gas.
Yeah.
All right. This is my RPM gauge or tachometer. This tells me what?
RPM,
Of what?
engine RPM.
That's right. That tells you the rotations per minute of the engine. Tells you how fast the engine is turning. Normally between 7 to 750. We're at about 700 RPM. So we're with the normal operational range. All right? Speedometer tells us how fast the vehicle's traveling. Is at 0 because we're not
Not
moving. All right, battery or voltage gauge. Good numbers are 12 to 14. We're over 14 volts. So we're better than normal operating range. And inspector, this gauge also lets me know whether or not the alternator is charging the battery. All right? It's my fuel gauge. Tells me how much diesel fuel is in the fuel tank. We're at 3/4 of a tank. So we have more than enough fuel for the task, which is the road test. All right, these are my air pressure gauges. One for the tractor, one for the trailer. They have both risen to normal operational range, which is 120 to 140 PSI. All right? Boom, gauges are done. All right, now what we're gonna do, we're gonna try to move it clockwise so this way we don't get lost. Well, actually, since I'm here, I might as well do my mirrors. Side mirrors, clean, no crack, no missing mirrors. For the left and the right, same thing, clean, no crack, no missing mirrors. Inspector, mirrors have been adjusted for my use.
Yeah.
Also, mirrors are mounted to the bracket, bracket securely mounted to the tractor. All right. Also, Inspector, I'm going to tell you about my defrosters.
Defrosters.
You put it here. We have Freightliners. There's no IE ones. And we got this. Hot, and then you put on the fan. Inspector, my left and right windshield defrosters are working. All right? Now I'm going to check my heaters. My left and right front heaters are working. All right? They don't give a shit about the air conditioner. That's not in the book. I had a student lie, oh, they found me because I didn't check the air conditioner. It's not in the book.
Okay.
But if you want to make sure, test it. Inspector, let me check my air conditioner. Wait a moment, let it cool down a little bit. All right, Inspector, my air conditioner's working. All right? And once you have it on, if it's hot, especially if you're using this tractor, the AC works good, leave it on. You don't let the inspector get some AC.
Yeah.
All right, Inspector. My stick shift moves freely. There's no binding. My tractor and my trailer parking brake have no air leaks coming from the valves. My insurance and registration cards are up to date for the tractor and the trailer. They need to make sure that everything is in it. All right. Well, I see a problem. Okay, no, it's here. 8418. 8418. 73120. All right. 31020. So good. The registration insurance card for the tractor is up to date. Now the trailer. 6424. 6424. 31020. 123119. All right. So my insurance and registration cards are up to date for the tractor and trailer. Don't forget that. Insurance registration for tractor and trailer. Both up to date. All right, Inspector. The height of my trailer is 12 feet 6 inches. My weight is 33,000 pounds. Also, to know the weight, you would look on the registration. If I look on the registration for the tractor, it'll tell me the tractor weight. If I look on the registration for the trailer, it'll tell me the trailer weight. All right, Inspector. I'm going to now tell you about my emergency equipment. I should have spare fuses and spare light bulbs somewhere on board. I should also have a minimum of a 9-piece first aid kit. Minimum. All right? Also, I should have a red box with 3 red triangle reflectors. Not been broken or cracked, none missing. And also, they should be rated at no less than a 10 BC. All right? And also, you should have an inspection sticker or an inspection tag. And also, I should have a red box with 3 red triangle reflectors. Not been broken or cracked, none missing. Only to be used when the vehicle is disabled. All right, so we did all that. We did the first aid, we did the kit, we did the thing. So we're good.
Air extinguisher.
I already did
Didn't
that.
mention. Oh, you did?
Oh yeah, oh better. Oh yeah. Don't forget, I mentioned it.
Oh,
No
right.
less than 10 BC, fully charged, safety pin so it doesn't go off accidentally, inspection sticker, and securely mounted. Can I have that sliding around the floor? All right, so let me see if there's anything else I forgot. Oh, safety netting in place. Oh, doors. Check for traffic. Driver's door opens and closes properly. Door securely mounted to the hinges. No damage or missing hardware. Some students even raise and lower the window. Windows, raise and lower, don't go overboard. But there's one thing you got to be careful of. Sometime the inspector will ask you, are you finished with the in-cab inspection? What do you tell him?
Nope.
Why?
Nope. I still got a few more brake tests to do.
That's right. Somebody told you right. No, Inspector, I'm not finished. I still have to test tractor, trailer, trolley, service. All right. But at that point, before I go on, I'm going to think, is there something I missed? I'll check the horn, I'll check the wipers. Just go through something.
Yeah,
you
make
may
sure
have
you don't
missed.
miss anything.
And if you do, you're allowed to lose a few points. Just don't lose a lot.
Yeah.
All right, so Inspector, seems I've done everything. All right, so I'm going to now check my tractor brake. Air pressure's up, seatbelt is on. Brakes, clutch, and 2. I'm going to check my tractor brakes. I'm going to take off my trailer brake. I'm going to try to move. Inspector, my tractor brake is working. I'm going to now test my trailer brake. Trailer brake is on, tractor brake is on. Try to move. Trailer brake is working. I'm going to now check my trolley brake. Both off, trolley on. Trolley brake is working. Inspector, I'm going to now check my service brake. Check left, check right. I'm going to drive about 5-10 feet. Then I'm going to hit the clutch. Make sure it's all in. Drive about 5 to 10 feet. Hit the clutch, then the brake so you don't stall out. Inspector, my service brake is working. Also, when I applied my service brakes, my tractor didn't pull left nor did it pull right. Inspector, I will now rebuild my air pressure. Don't forget, brakes, neutral, and rebuild. And right now you're down. So you want to build it back up to your hit ups.
120.
I'm going to get us some water from the machine. When we come back, the office is going to be closed. You want a soda or something from the machine?
I'm good with this right now. Thank you.
You do not forget to rebuild that air pressure. You forget, they can fail you. It's a fileable offense, driving over that air pressure too low. All right, while the camera's on, I want to ask you 2 things before I go inside. What do you do if there's railroad tracks in front of you?
Pursue with caution. Do not switch gears.
What if you have hazardous materials?
If I have hazard materials,
Say no more. I don't want you guessing. All right. Inspector asks you, what do you do if you see railroad tracks? You got to tell the inspector. Inspector, it depends. Hazardous materials versus non-hazardous. Hazardous materials. 200 feet before the tracks, when the hazard lights. You stop 15 to 50 feet before the tracks. You make sure you lower the windows, both. You look, listen for trains or work crew coming from the left side. Once you determine that's clear, you check the right. Same thing, make sure there's trains, work crew coming from the right. Also, by the time you stop, you should have that right closed off. Always make sure nobody's passing you on the right.
On the right
So by
hand
the
side.
time you pull up to those tracks and stop, that right should be closed. Once you do that, you check around your left side, your right side. Before you move, you tell the inspector, I look in front to make sure I've got clearance. In other words, I want to make sure there's nothing stopped in front of me that's going to cause me to stop on the track.
on the tracks.
Also, once all that's determined, Inspector, I drive with the hazard lights on until the trailer clears the tracks. All right? But we do not shift until the trailer gets
It's
over.
past the tracks.
That's what you do. Now, if you have non-hazardous materials, you just close up the right. Don't shift on the tracks. Check, make sure there's nothing coming. Because sometimes the gate could be up and it malfunction, like in Massman, and a train came and hit someone. All right, so just because the gate is up, don't assume it's safe. Things malfunction.
Yeah.
All right, so the gate is up, you don't stop. You don't close up the right.
Make
Don't
sure you
shift.
look.
Just check left and right constantly. Make sure you're clear. Get on the tracks. Boom, it's all good. Also, on the road test, they might ask you about a safe stop. What is a safe stop?
When you come into a full stop,
All
with
right.
your hazard ons.
All right, so I don't want you to get this wrong. All right, this is a tractor, my hand. This is the sidewalk. When you do a safe stop, you signal right, you pull your vehicle 100% parallel. None of this, none of this. 100% straight with the sidewalk. Once you stop, you put off the signal, you put on the hazard lights. You put the brakes on, put the vehicle in neutral, turn off the engine, get outside with the key in your hand, close the door, walk around the vehicle, looking underneath, top, everything to find the source of damage. All right? Also, things you got to tell the inspector. Inspector, if my vehicle's overheating, there's steam coming from under the hood, or the vehicle's on fire, I'm not going to pull over where there's pedestrians. You make sure for something like that, you pull over in a safe, empty spot. But it's a flat tire, it don't matter. You can pull over. Flat tire's not going to hurt anyone next to you. All right? So don't forget. Safe stop, you pull over.
Make
signal
sure I'm
right,
straight. Signal right. Make sure I'm straight.
Then the hazard lights,
And hazard lights are on.
brakes, neutral, engine off, key in your hand. Get out and walk around, surveying the whole vehicle. Up, down, sideways, everything.
That's a safe stop.
Safe stop. All right, I'm going to go to get a water. You're going to come back on the side, fix your seat, come back. You're going to drive a little.
Yeah.